In the entire history of having this channel, I have never once finished a book and then immediately wanted to make a video about it and review it. That changes today. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is EJ and I'm going to be reviewing While You're Dancing by Kelsey Painter today. Before we start this video, let me put your doubts and worries aside. I loved this book. And I knew I would love this book because it felt like this book was actually written specifically for me personally. I felt like the author somehow reached into my head and my heart and took out the things that I needed to be written on paper and then did that and then published it. I need everyone to read this book immediately. However, I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently than maybe a traditional reviewer just because I feel like the better way to convince you to read something is to tell you why I enjoyed it and not just what the book is about. So, I have prepared 4 points as to why this book was perfect for me and why I loved it so much. However, before we get into it, I'm going to read you the synopsis because I'm bad at explaining books, so I'm just going to give you the words that the author has put out there. And yes, I'm reading this directly from my laptop. Phoebe Barlow needs a comeback. After a traumatic event puts her stand-up comedy tour on hiatus, she's out of material and out of options. Her agent pitches something different. Ballroom for Better, a charity ballroom dancing competition show. Phoebe can earn money for others while also earning back the public's favor. Reluctant but desperate, she agrees. Now all she has to do is survive her snobby dance partner. When Cyrus Hayes agrees to dance on Ballroom for Better, he thinks his only problem will be that one of the judges is his runaway bride. But when he meets his celebrity partner, he realizes he is in for more than he bargained for. Phoebe Barlow is crass, sloppy, and worst of all, tardy. He isn't sure he can stand this stand-up comic. Despite their animosity, learning to dance gives Phoebe something she thought she lost forever. And dancing with Phoebe gives Cyrus the spark he was certain his ex had taken. Long hours at the studio lead to longer conversations outside of it. Before they know it, staying in the competition means more to them than they ever thought it would. Everything changes when their hearts are at stake. Now first, my overall thoughts. Obviously, I loved it. I was giggling, I was kicking my feet, I cried multiple times. Like I said, this book is something that turned out to be so personal to me and for me, and honestly, I can't thank the author enough for writing this book. Now we're gonna get into the 4 reasons why this book was perfect for me. First off, the title. Right off the bat, I knew that I wanted to read this book. Why? Well, the title is While You're Dancing, obviously, but what a lot of people might not know is that that's actually from a song from the movie White Christmas. See, this movie specifically also means a lot to me. My family watches White Christmas every Christmas Eve. I have a lot of good memories related to this movie. We've seen the stage show together as a family. It just makes me feel warm inside. It reminds me of the holidays when my family is all together, no matter what we've been doing throughout the year, whether it's school or work or travel or whatever, say you. All 5 of us sit down in our family room together and watch White Christmas without fail, and it's honestly my favorite tradition that we have for the holidays. Not only is it from White Christmas, but it's specifically from my favorite scene in the movie, which happens to also contain my favorite costume from the movie. I have been obsessed with this pink dress for my entire life. I love it so much, and I love the way it looks when she dances in it, and I have loved this dance sequence for years and years and years. I once wrote an entire essay about this scene and specifically this dance sequence for a class. I love this song. Number 2, it's based around a dancing competition similar to Dancing with the Stars. Now, I can distinctly remember when I found out that this book was going to be a thing because the day before I was watching Dancing with the Stars with my roommate and I was telling him about how I desperately needed someone to write a romance book based in and around a dancing competition like Dancing with the Stars. The very next day, I go on Instagram, I open my feed, and what do I see? The announcement for While You're Dancing, a rom-com based around a dancing competition like Dancing with the Stars. Reason number 3, the author. Kelsey Painter has been one of my favorite authors for a couple years now. She wrote the Stanmore FC Soulmates series. It's a series of 3 soccer romances, and I absolutely love each and every one of them. The first one is so wholesome, and just, I love the guy in the first one. He's like country boy personified, and he's like a big cuddly teddy bear, and I just love him so much. The second one is definitely my favorite. Oh, I can't even describe how much the second one means to me as like a bigger person. Oh, it was so good. And then the third one is gay, so obviously I love that one. I also received an advance copy of the third one. Absolutely loved it, so I knew that I needed to get an advance copy for this book. I love that series so much. I recommend it all the time to anyone who wants a soccer romance, to anyone who even just wants a sports romance. It's so much more than just a sports romance because each of them have their own complex struggles and characters, and I just love them so much. The fourth and final reason as to why this book was perfect for me is because the emotional depth that's within it, specifically about our main female character, Phoebe. I love a romance book that also has some sort of deeper emotional something to it. It doesn't have to be traumatic or anything like that, but just something a little bit more of sustenance than just people falling in love. You know what I mean? And this one delivered hard. Not only did it deliver hard, but I relate to the main character so much. Phoebe's story is really close to me. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but her experiences are very similar to mine, and being able to read it on page and feel validated in my own feelings and my own journey was something that I will always be thankful for. I cried so much during this one specific scene where she shared her trauma with the guy, Cyrus, and Phoebe says, "Thank you for not treating me like glass." And then Cyrus responds with, "How can I treat you like glass when I know you are made of steel?" And it broke me. It did. I think I will carry those words with me for the rest of my life. I truly, truly, truly will. Cyrus and Phoebe's relationship is something that is really special to me because it also reinstates a lot of my personal journey with relationships and finding myself again after something terrible has happened. I also really want to shout out the fact that not only did Phoebe have some past trauma, but Cyrus also had past trauma that was affecting him, and they both were able to come together and communicate and come out stronger for it. And that means a lot to me as well. I love to see people helping each other and healing each other with their love. It does really, really, really mean a lot to me. I also just really loved Cyrus. He was sarcastic and witty and grumpy, but he softened up to Phoebe, and that just hits a soft spot for me. I absolutely love that trope. I'm a sucker for it. And I also must say, seeing Phoebe being able to feel loved and safe through Cyrus made me really grateful for someone that was in my life that also made me feel safe and seen afterwards. And I don't know if he watches this channel or will ever watch this channel, but I want to say thank you to him. I'll never be thankful enough for that. I hope that this has given you many reasons as to why you should read While You're Dancing by Kelsey Painter. It is out hopefully today when I post this video. I'm putting a rush order on this. I'm filming this on the 19th. The book comes out May 20th. Hopefully this video will also go up on May 20th. I've never edited a video overnight, but I feel so passionate about this book that I'm going to. If you decide to read this book, please, please, please let me know your thoughts. You can leave me a comment down below. You can DM me on Instagram at Library of EJ. I'm also on Twitter at Library of EJ. Please, please, please talk to me about this book. I love it so, so, so much, and I hope that you do too. And I also want to say to anyone else out there who might relate to the events of this book, I see you, and I'm here for you, and you are loved. As always, I hope you had fun, I hope you stick around, and I hope you read to your heart's content.